Coming up next on this edition of In the City, Murfreesboro hosts its biggest Juneteenth celebration ever this year. Also, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr Boulevard gets a facelift. And multiple partnerships come together for another successful Waterfest. We'll tell you all about those stories and more coming up right now on this edition of In the City. Welcome to another edition of In the City, your source for what's happening right here in the city of Murfreesboro. I'm Michael Linn White. Juneteenth is now a national holiday, and Murfreesboro's Juneteenth celebration was one of the largest in the area this year. It's now a federal holiday, and Murfreesboro celebrated this important day in a big way. The annual Juneteenth celebration was bigger than ever this year, and thousands of people came out to have fun, support local businesses, and to honor the significance of the day.
Juneteenth is a great way of celebrating, getting together, building community, all those things that we want to try to bring back to our cities.
Juneteenth, short for June 19th, celebrates the day Union soldiers came to Galveston, Texas, enforcing the Emancipation Proclamation, 2.5 years after the historic document was signed. Although many enslaved people knew about the proclamation, it wasn't enforced widely until then.
Every race, every color, every creed coming together, doing something bigger than what we see every day. That's my whole objective of all of this. I love to see us intermingling, coming together, putting us different size, colors, all those things, to just be out here celebrating life.
Von Shell Stembridge and her staff at Bradley Museum organized the biggest Juneteenth ever, along with partnerships with many local businesses and organizations. 2 days of events held at Bradley built up excitement for the final day, a celebration of freedom for the whole community. Over 80 vendors participated, along with bands and food trucks. Juneteenth is the longest-running African-American holiday in the U.S. For CityTV, Michael Linn White. Sidewalks and pedestrian features have been added to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr Boulevard to improve safety thanks to a federal grant.
Dr. Martin Luther King Jr Boulevard just got a major facelift thanks to the federal and city government. The city of Murfreesboro applied and received a federal transportation grant that paid for 80% of the project's construction cost, with the city picking up the remainder 20%. The upgrade is from Broad Street to Middle Tennessee Boulevard, and because this is a state route, approval from TDOT was also needed. Because of the amount of foot traffic in the area, the city thought it would make pedestrian movements safer. These are the improvements that were accomplished. 28,619 square feet of new sidewalks on both sides of the road with ADA compliant ramps. New ADA compliant school and intersection crosswalks, complete with audible and countdown signals. New side street signage from intersection to intersection. New roadway striping from each intersection. Upgraded the Middle Tennessee Boulevard traffic signal detection system from a standard buried traffic loop system to a more effective radar control system. City resident Dick Baines helped spearhead this project, and I talked to him back in 2017.
This area to me is evolved into something that's underrepresented. When the city started the open mic program, I got involved in that. I was the first one to speak. I was glad to be able to do it. And it's a great program, and it's got great results. And this Mercury Boulevard sidewalk project is one of them. I brought that up and pointed out the particular need for this area to have sidewalks and safe crossings, and the city responded.
The city also received another grant for Phase 2 of this same project. It will continue on the same path from Middle Tennessee Boulevard to Minerva Drive. Environmental approvals are happening now, and work should start within 18 months.
Once both of these projects are completed, we'll have nice pedestrian access from Broad Street all the way to Minerva, connecting all the schools, the housing authority with some retail and actually, Walgreens and other things around that area. The main thing is we're trying to provide safety for the area. There's a lot of pedestrians out there. There's a lot of of movements, specifically crossing the roadway and walking down the ditch line. So we're really trying to enhance the safety in that area.
Waterfest was a great success again this year, with multiple organizations come together to teach kids everything about water.
Waterfest 2022 was a great success this year. Started in 2016, Waterfest was a dream to offer an outdoor field trip to elementary-aged children that was fun, educational, and supportive of the Tennessee State curriculum standards. Stations were manned by personnel from Smyrna Outdoor Adventure Center, Murfreesboro Parks and Recreation, Murfreesboro Water Department, TWRA, Cumberland River Compact, Rutherford County Environmental Education, Stormwater personnel, and many more. This year, more than 40 educational booths were set up. 46 school classrooms attended the event, with over 1,000 students participating in this collaboration with national, state, and local governments, with also MTSU and private firms pitching in.
Today we are here at Old Fort Park, and we are doing the Stones River Waterfest today. This is an awesome opportunity for students to get out of the classroom. We're doing focused on water education. So water quality, water conservation, water safety, and anything to do with water, anything to do with the environment. We're here, Smyrna Parks and Recreation has a host of boats that we do for rentals, and we just get a chance to have the kids out here today having fun, pretending to be on the water. I'm representing like a kayak instructor or a Coast Guard. If you were working with water, water safety, you'd be doing something like that as a career profession.
We're here to show these kids and hopefully teach them a little bit about these animals that they don't generally get to see. They're freshwater mussels, which live out on the bottom of the streams and rivers and lakes. Well, they're filter feeders for one thing, and the bigger ones can filter 50 gallons of water a day. They filter out the suspended particulates in the water. That's the most expensive part of having your drinking water clean. Freshwater mussels, there's no other group of animals, probably even in the world, that's more in peril of becoming extinct. We've already lost 30% of them. Tennessee's very lucky. We've got 135 different species, but if you do pick up one and you see it's alive, the best thing to do is just lay it back down in the water, lay it on its side, because if you put the right side down, it's okay, but if you put it in upside down, it'll kill it.
Water is a resource that if we don't take care of it, it's hard for it to be renewed over and over again. So we need to start with young people and encouraging young people with these truths and with these lifestyle choices. And then, of course, having fun, how to be safe on the water, recreating, how to study. We're also learning about careers today. So the kids are going around learning about careers that have to do with water quality.
Green Interchange, Tennessee Environmental Council, and Mississippi River Network have all been working together to improve a creek in Murfreesboro.
Garrison Creek runs from North Rutherford Boulevard, down Las Casas Pike, to Bushman Creek. It's on the state's list for impaired streams, for sediment and lack of streamside vegetative cover. Work on the stream continues, and on this day, a group of kids from McFadden were there to help out.
We've got a couple of things going on today. We've got a great group coming out from McFadden Community Center. We've been working on this stream since 2012, planting trees, and we're going to be sampling the tree species that are here to try to determine how many different types of trees we've got. We start walking down through here. All right, you guys see any more trees we want to get?
Because of the leaves.
We're going to head back now. And we're going to be doing a little bit of trash cleanup. Just look at the ground in front of you, see if you see any more trash. Because we don't want it to be in the water. There's a little bit of trash up in here, guys. And possibly doing a little bit of invasive removal. You know, back in 1998 or 99, I was teaching down at MTSU, and I would drive by this stream every day. The city at the time was mowing it. They referred to it as Big Ditch. I didn't like that. I knew it was a river, a stream that flows into Bushman Creek and ultimately into the Stones River, which is our drinking water supply. About 2012, which was my 50th birthday, we actually planted about 2,500 trees here. But one of the things the algae has to have is sunlight. Well, it's not getting any sunlight anymore because the stream is shaded. It's now much cooler. You know, one of the things that we've seen as a result of this restoration project is that substrate has changed drastically in the stream. And a part of that's because the channel has begun to meander within the larger channel of Garrison Creek here. And you can see that there's some rocks and things down in there. There's a lot of aquatic vegetation. That's watercress. So that is creating habitat for aquatic insects. And those aquatic insects, which we also like to call fish food, creek critters, those are the beginnings of the food chain in the system. So you can't have fish if you don't have fish food. It's real important to have a diversity in your forest. And that's because if a disease comes, like Dutch elm disease or the emerald ash borer, and you only have one type of tree, you could lose the whole forest. But if you have a diversity of trees, you have a much better chance of having that forest survive. You know, the other thing about having trees on a creek bank is that those tree roots are to that creek bank like rebar is to concrete. It holds it in place, but that's not all. The other thing that those trees do is they poke holes. When the trees start absorbing that water, this area literally works like a sponge. Not only are they reducing flooding, but they're also reducing pollution. They're filtering out pollutants that are in that water. And that's good for everybody because clean water is much cheaper to filter into drinking water than polluted water is.
This work can't be done without these partners: Murfreesboro Water Resources Department Stormwater, City of Murfreesboro Street Department, MTSU, Stones River Watershed Association, and Middle Tennessee Electric. Murfreesboro City Schools' Summer School program makes learning fun. ESP is also back, offering lots of fun for MCS students. Summer is the time that every school student looks forward to, time for fun and games. And that's exactly what educators at Murfreesboro City Schools is providing for the kids attending summer school, summer camps, and the ESP program.
We typically think of summertime as a time of the year when our school buildings are closed down. And in reality, that's just not the case anymore. We are open all year long, and we have some amazing things going on this summer.
Yeah, she won!
From 7:30 to 12:30 every weekday, over 800 kids are engaged in fun activities designed for learning. There's also something for those who need the extended school program.
In addition, we're really excited because we have brought back our entire ESP, our extended school program summer activities. After a few years of having that off from the pandemic, we have that back. So we have our Camp Big Shots, we have archery camp, drone camp, baking camps, any kind of camp you can think about, we have it probably going on here in Murfreesboro City Schools.
The purpose of summer school is for kids who need a little extra help before going to the next grade, to bridge the gap so they are ready for a successful new year.
The kids love it. We're getting emails on a regular basis from parents and students talking about how much fun they're having. The curriculum is really designed with this idea of how do we incorporate games, how do we incorporate more collaborative learning, so it's not your traditional maybe what you would see during the school year learning, but students are definitely engaged in the real work of the standards that we want to make sure every kid masters.
Dr. Duke makes sure to give credit for the success of so many summer activities to the teachers and staff at MCS putting in so much hard work.
We are really excited about all the great things happening in Murfreesboro City this summer that we're able to offer to our students. And at the end of the day, that wouldn't be a reality without teachers willing to work during summer school, educators willing to come in and run our camps and work in our ESP program, our ESP staff that's working here this summer. We have literally hundreds and hundreds of employees who are working every day to make sure that these camps happen, and we are so thankful for them, and I know our students and our parents are thankful as well.
Some fun extras have also been added, like free Kona ice for all kids. All field trips are only $5. The Chow Bus is also running all summer. So many things provided through the city school system to ensure that every child has a great summer. For City TV, Michael Linn White. I always have fun at one of Murfreesboro's Parks and Recreation's wettest programs, Splash Out. What better way to deal with the summer heat than to be under the spray of Murfreesboro Fire Rescue Department's water nozzle? There are 2 more chances in July to bring the kids out.
The fire truck is here. The kids are out having a blast, and we're out here at Richard Siegel Park. So as you can see, it was a whole year when we were out here before, and the kids just have a blast. They do this every year. A bunch of these families come out. They say they've been bringing their children out here for years. So it is a super hot day, but I tell you one thing, this mist feels super good. Are you enjoying the water?
Yeah.
What about you? Do you want to say hello?
Hello.
What's your name?
Wait.
Hi, are you having fun in the water?
Yeah.
This is Susan Hicks with Murfreesboro Parks and Rec. She's probably going to kill me that I put her on camera right now, but you know, we're both getting wet, but we were sweating to death, so this actually feels nice.
It does. It feels really nice out here now that we've got the water flowing and everybody's really happy. We do this program 2 more times this year in July, and it's such a fun program. The kids love it. The fire department loves being here and engaging with the group. It's just a lot of fun.
So we're going to wrap it up today. We just wanted to show you all the fun that we're having out here today. I guess they're taking a little break now, but that's definitely not the end of it. Look at that little cutie out there with her umbrella and her boots. She is ready. There'll be 2 opportunities in July to come back out here. And for everything that you need to know about it, including the locations and times and everything, go to MurfreesboroParks.com. Thank you for watching, and come join us out at Splash Out. I'm Michael Linn White, City TV.
We here at City TV recently televised 3 candidate forums hosted by the League of Women Voters of Murfreesboro, Rutherford County for elections coming up for local Murfreesboro offices. These forums are great ways to get to know the candidates, learn their views on topics, and make you a better informed voter. For City Mayor, Shane McFarland, Nathan Bennett, and Tony Lehue. For City Council, Jamie Averwater, Carolyn Cox, Madeline Scales Harris, Austin Maxwell, Warren D. Russell, Samrain Sereno, and Ricky Turner. For City School Board, Karen L. Dodd, Amanda Moore, Florence E. Omachanu, and Barbara Long. To watch the candidate forums, go to the City of Murfreesboro's YouTube page. Election Day is Thursday, August 4th. On the ballot is state and federal primary, Rutherford County General, and Murfreesboro Mayor, City Council, and School Board. Early voting runs July 15th through the 30th. For more information about the election, go to election.rutherfordcountytn.gov. At a recent City Council meeting, Mayor Shane McFarland recognized a very special Riverdale High School student and his heroism.
Tonight's a special night because we get to recognize a young individual in Murfreesboro who, I think as a council and as a city, we try to set the example of teaching people to do the right thing and to be leaders. It's easier said than done when you come in an intense situation. And so I want to ask Logan Moran if he'll come up. Logan? On Riverdale's graduation night, Logan was with his swim team and stood outside of MTSU at Murphy Center. Parents and coaches had just left, and they were all gathering together, and shots were fired. And as everyone was running away, seeking safety, Logan and some of his friends were gathered behind a wall. When everyone looked up, Logan saw a victim that was on the tennis court. And instead of running the other direction, Logan ran to give first aid to the victim. He had been trained in CPR and first aid as a lifeguard, and so he ran to help the victim who was shot. He stayed there. He made a makeshift tourniquet for the victim until first aid had gotten there. reading through all the things that were associated with this event, not only did he go the direction of harm to be able to help someone who was in need, but as I was reading through and talking to the police, he didn't want to leave. They literally had to tell him, hey, we got this, you need to leave. And so Sean Wright brought this to our attention about wanting to make sure and recognize Logan, but we wanted to publicly recognize Logan for what he did, and more importantly, I think what he's going to continue to do in this community. So Logan, we appreciate you on behalf of the City of Murfreesboro.
The 43rd Annual Telly Awards, the premier award honoring video and television across all screens, has awarded 2 CityTV produced shows with Telly Awards. There were over 12,000 entries from all 50 states and 5 continents. Murfreesboro City TV has been honored with 2 bronze awards in the 2022 Telly Awards. For Children's Series, Take 20, produced by John Padgett, Lisa Trail, and Tori Carr. And for online event, the 2020 Celebrate Christmas Downtown Tree Lighting Virtual Special, produced by Michael Nevels in partnership with Main Street Murfreesboro. City TV is proud to deliver award-winning programming to our community. Here at City TV, our passion is to bring our best to the citizens of Murfreesboro, and we are truly honored and proud to be recognized by such an esteemed organization. Dr. Trey Duke has been awarded a 3-year contract extension at Murfreesboro City Schools Director of Schools during a recent school board meeting. The board voted unanimously 7-0 to grant the extension and extend his contract through June 30th, 2026.
I don't know what else to say of the job that this man has done for Murfreesboro City Schools. This has been the most challenging couple of years for our school system. I'm so appreciative that Dr. Duke was able to come in and pick it up and run forward, and I never imagined that we would be in the place that we are now. And I want to say personally, I appreciate your hard work.
I've said this on multiple occasions. This has by far been the best place to work as a principal and now as the director of schools. I am so proud of Murfreesboro City, and I truly get to work with the best principals who love kids and the best central office staff who will do anything for kids any day of the week, and that's what makes this such a great job. So I'm looking forward to the next 4 years, and thank you very much.
Murfreesboro City Schools welcomes Renisa Shipman as principal of Scales Elementary School. Shipman has years of experience as a teacher and assistant principal, including serving as an administrator at the elementary, middle, and high school levels. Shipman received her educational specialist degree from MTSU and is currently a doctoral candidate, projected to graduate in 2023. She received her master's in education from Cumberland University and her bachelor's degree from Alabama A&M. Starting on July 1st, the Rutherford County Library System Board approved a motion for the system to go fine-free, which means overdue fines are eliminated and fines on lost items once they're returned are waived.
The Rutherford County Library System is proud to announce we're going fine-free effective July 1st. That means we're eliminating overdue fines for library card holders. We join hundreds of public libraries around the country in this initiative. The purpose of the public library is to provide free and open access to materials and services. Eliminating late fees enables us to better achieve that goal and reach those that may be apprehensive about getting a library card due to the possibility of fines. While RCLS e-materials like e-books, e-audio, and digital magazines have never accrued fines, there will now be no late charges on books, music, videos, and other media. Patrons are still responsible for lost or damaged materials, and fees such as cost of data usage for hotspots and borrowing privileges will be blocked until the item or items are returned or paid for. Fines will be waived when materials are returned, so now is the time to get them back to the library and start with a clean slate. Hotspot and referral fees cannot be waived. Again, we are proud to take part in this fine-free initiative, so please visit us at one of our 4 main branches, as well as our Technology Engagement Center, the Historical Research Center, and our bookmobile. You can also visit us online at rclstn.org.
Come grow with MPD. 13 new officers were welcomed to the Murfreesboro Police Department family. They are part of Tennessee Law Enforcement Training Academy Basic Police School Class 1946. They will now complete in-house training and be paired with a field training officer before hitting the streets alone. Congratulations to Officer Rudolph Sarami III, who was presented the Bethel College of Professional Studies Legal Award. He received a $5,000 scholarship to continue his education. Sarami also received Outstanding Officer Award presented by the Tennessee Sheriff's Association. A great free family program is coming up you don't want to miss. Free concert in the park, great for all ages. Wednesday, July 13th, 10 to 10:45 a.m., Roger Day's Family Concert at Kids Castle at Old Fort Park. Concert will be next to Kids Castle. Bring lawn chairs and blankets for grass seating. Roger Day performs award-winning original children's music that tickles the imagination with infectious tunes and rhythms and inspiring characters. Warning to adult family members, Roger's music will turn all couch potatoes into curly cheese fries. Multi-platinum recording artist Elle King recently filmed the music video for her latest hit, Worth a Shot, featuring Dierks Bentley at Cannonsburgh Village. You can watch the video on YouTube. Well, that's it for this edition of In the City. As always, for more information about the city of Murfreesboro or any of the stories you've seen here, you can always visit our website at www.murfreesborotn.gov. And if you want to see any of the stories that you've seen today or catch up on some of the latest city news, you can always visit the City of Murfreesboro's YouTube channel. I'm Michael Linn White, and until next time, we look forward to seeing you in the city.